chapter 65, subject matter, Lord Balarāma visiting Vrindavana. Explained that Lord Balarāma became very much anxious to see his father and mother at Vrindavana, and with great enthusiasm, therefore, he rode on a nice chariot and immediately started for Vrindavana to see Mahārāja Nanda and Yaśodā specifically. The inhabitants of Vrindavana, since a very long time, was anxious to see Kṛṣna and Balarāma. Therefore, when Lord Balarāma arrived in Vrindavana, all the cowherds boy and the gopīs were by that time grown up, and still on arrival of Balarāma, all of them embraced him. Lord Balarāma also embraced them in reciprocation, and after that he came before King Nanda and Yaśodā, the father and mother, and offered his respectful obeisances unto them. In response, Mother Yaśodā and Nanda Mahārāja also offered their blessings unto him. Next word. This time, both Mother Yaśodā and Nanda Mahārāja addressed Lord Balarāma as Jagadīśvara, or the Lord of the universe, who maintains everyone. The purpose was that both Kṛṣna and Balarāma were maintaining all living entities, and why Nanda and Yaśodā were put to such difficulties of life on account of their absence. In this way, feelingly, they embraced Balarāma and got him seated down on their lap, and as it had become their perpetual business, began to cry, and with the tears of their eyes, Balarāma became wet. After this, Lord Balarāma offered his respectful obeisances to the elderly cowherdsmen, and similarly he accepted obeisances from the younger cowherdsmen. According to different ages and relationships, Lord Balarāma exchanged feeling of friendship. Those who are equal contemporaries in age and friendship, with them Lord Balarāma shook hands and with loud laughing embraced each one of them. In this way, Lord Balarāma, after responding the reception from the cowherdsmen, boys, gopīs, King Nanda and Yaśodā, when he satisfactorily sat down, at that time all of them surrounded him. All of them began to inquire from Balarāma different questions, because they met him after so long time. First of all, Lord Balarāma inquired from them about their welfare. After that, all the inhabitants of Vrindavana who had sacrificed everything for Krishna simply by being captivated by the lotus eyes of the Lord, and with a great desire to become a lover of Krishna, they did not ever desire anything like elevation in the heavenly planets, or merge into the effulgence of Brahma and become one with the absolute truth. They were not even interested to enjoy the life of opulence in this world also. They were satisfied in a simple life in the village as cowherdsmen, and were absorbed always in the thought of Krishna without any personal benefit. Still, in the absence of Krishna, they were so much in love with him that in faltering voice they began to inquire from Balaramji as follows. Nanda Mahārāja and Yaśodā first of all inquired, my dear Balarama, whether our friends like Vasudeva and others in the family are all doing well. And my dear Balarama, both you and Krishna are now grown up, married men with children and family. Now, in the midst of your happiness of family life, do sometime remember your poor father and mother, Nanda Mahārāja and Yaśodā Devi. It is very good news that Kṛṣṇa has been kept by you, and our good friends like Vasudeva and others who have been so much harassed by this sinful king Kṛṣṇa is now relieved from such harassment. This is also good news. Both you and Krishna, after having defeated Jarasandha or the Kalajavan, who is now killed, now you are living in a fortified fort in Dwarka. This is also very good news. Close. Next paragraph. When the gopīs arrived there, Lord Balarāma glanced over them with loving eyes, and being engaddened by such glance, the gopīs, who were so long mortified on account of Kṛṣṇa and Balarāma's absence, now being enlivened by the presence of Balarāma, began to ask about their welfare. They specifically asked Balarāma whether Krishna, now being surrounded by the enlightened woman in Dwarka Puri, is enjoying his life very nice. Does he sometimes remember his father Nanda and mother Yaśodā, other friends with whom he so intimately behaved so long he was in Vrindavana? Has Krishna any program to come here to see his mother Yaśodā, or does he remember us, the gopīs, now pitiably bereft of his company? Krishna might have forgotten us in the midst of cultured oven of Dwarka. So far we are concerned, we are still remembering him by collecting flowers and sewing into garland. But when we see he does not come, we simply pass our time simply by crying. If we will come again here and accept these garlands made by us. My dear Lord Balarāma, the descendant of Dasa, to know that for Krishna's friendship we give up everything. Even in great distress, one cannot give up connection of family members like father, mother, brother, sister. So far we are concerned, even though it was impossible for others, we gave up our father, mother, sister, relatives. Krishna, without considering a pinch for our renunciation, all of a sudden he renounced us and went away. He could break our relationship without any serious consideration, and all of a sudden he cut off our so intimate relationship and left for a foreign country. We could have a job in going away from Vrindavana, but he is so clever and cunning that he can manufacture very nice words. He said within court, "My dear gopīs, please do not worry. The service that you have rendered unto me is impossible to be repaired by me. After all, we are women, and how could we disbelieve him? Now we can understand that his sweet words were simply for cheating us. Quotation close, next paragraph. Another gopi, protesting Krishna's absence from Vrindavana, began to say as follows, within quotation, "Dear Balaram ji, we are of course village girls. Krishna could cheat us in that way. But what about the women in Dwarka? Don't think they are as foolish as we are.